Hey, are you talking about back in the day?
Nah, man. I'm talking about back in the day.
Back in the day. Back in the day. Back in the day. Back in the day.
All right, join us on the Back in the Day podcast. Back in the Day podcast is my good friend, Sonny G. How are you today, man?
Doing well. Happy to be here. I'm excited.
Thanks for coming in, man. Excited to see you, dude. So here's the deal. I talk to people about what they've got going on right now. I want to talk to you about something that I've been seeing a lot, and the reason why I've been seeing it because I'm a part of it too. But talk to me about the Juicy Jogger Nation. If you see the gentleman's shirt in front of you right now, if you're watching it on YouTube, you can see it. But look at the camera. Show them that logo right there. Talk to me. What is the Juicy Jogger Nation? How did it come about? What is it?
Well, we are the Juicy Joggers. That's first and foremost. What month was it when I came to you with that idea?
The end of April. You send me a text message.
End of April. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess it was in March. I needed to make some changes in my life. And this was pre-COVID, so like I hadn't even hit that COVID weight yet. And so I just knew I needed to start exercising. I was smoking a lot. And it was starting to get noticeable, like with just my everyday stuff. Like, you know how people always say, like, I couldn't even climb a flight of stairs. Like, and they always hit you with like those sappy stories, you know what I mean? Like
tying your shoes.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Yeah. I could tie my shoes, but like I couldn't go up a flight of stairs without being a little bit winded. And I was like, man, this is, growing up playing sports, this isn't a good feeling. And I had always said that I was going to run the Dallas Marathon. I think I'd done it 4 years. I'd said it 4 years. I didn't do the race. I'd said it 4 years in a row, and I've never done it. Like I've just been a pussy about it. Like I've kind of like I didn't start training in time, or I wouldn't follow the regiment. And then our buddy JR, 1 year when I said I was going to do it, he's like, okay, I'll do it too. And he actually did it. And then like it immediately just kind of just turned into like supporting JR and like to get the spotlight off of me because I wasn't going to do it. And so I was like, man, I want to do it this year, but I want to get some recruits to come and join this team. Well, really just one. I was like, who's going to do this with me? You know what I mean? Because everybody now, like at our ages, I don't have time. I have kids, work obligations. And so I was like, I want to ask Mike because me and you always do stupid shit like this. Like we always sign up to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
And so I sent you that text and, hey, man, I want to run the Dallas Marathon. You want to do it? And you actually got back to me a lot faster than I thought. You're like,
I said, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
right? Like
I don't see why not. But so that's what kicked it off. And then we went through those conversations as far as our training plans. And
yeah, so you hit me up. You're like, hey, do you want to train for the Dallas Marathon? And this is maybe 5-6 weeks into COVID, right? When you hit me up, because it was towards the end of April. So, that's been going on for a while. And I think I texted you back probably like in like 30 seconds. It's like, yeah, sure. Why not?
Because nothing's
right?
going on. You're looking for everybody's looking for anything to do.
Yeah,
like,
I guess we're going to run.
Yeah.
Right. And here's the deal about Sonny and I is, like you said, we do a lot of stupid things. We did some stupid things together. Last year or the year before, we decided that we were going to have a weightlifting competition.
Yeah.
between the two of us.
It was last year.
Last year we have this group text that we're in with a lot of our good friends, and I don't know how it came up, but whatever. They were like, "Oh, you guys are talking trash to each other. Sounds like a challenge." So we decided that we were going to have this big bet, and that we had until September. Like this started in like May or something. That we were going to have a weightlifting competition. We were going to do bench press, squats,
and deadlifts.
And then we were going to add it up. Whoever did the most weight throughout.
Right.
And we put like a ridiculous amount of money down. Like
it's a $250, I think.
I think it might have been $500.
Was it?
Because I think we were talking about it.
Because I think the previous high bet in that group text was $250. So
yeah, and we're just gonna go the highest bet that's ever happened in our group text. And you wanted to do 1,000. I was down to do 1,000, but my comment back was like, I'll do a lot of money, but I can't do enough to where it's noticeable out of my bank account if I lose.
Yeah, your wife.
Yeah. So we did that. And for the first 3 weeks, we're texting each other back and forth, talking trash, sending pictures, sending videos of us at the gym. And then after about 3 weeks, maybe the videos only came like twice a week.
And then what's funny is like it got quiet. You know, like
no.
nobody mentioned it, and I had already quit. Like I had already stopped training, and I was like, I didn't want to bring it up because if Mike if he's still training, you know, this is just gonna give him ammo. You know what I mean? Like he's just gonna say, well, Mike, you had quit also, and you were pretty much doing the same thing.
I had gone hard for like, I think it was like 6 weeks. I was going.
Yeah.
I was lifting. I think there was like one day where I deadlifted a lot of weight. I didn't even know how it happened, and I like was texting the group text like, "Is this a lot of weight?" Like I don't know. And like one of our buddies who's extremely strong, like freakishly strong, weighs like 120 pounds, but can bench press a house, and he was like, "That's a lot of weight, man." So I'm feeling pretty good about myself, and I don't know what happened, but I just stopped training, and then there was maybe in August, and we were supposed to do it like September 1st, something. Right. In August, you and I are talking on the phone, and I just came clean.
Yeah, and I was like a weight lifted off my shoulder. I was like, oh man, I'm so happy because like, and then we finally got to the conclusion like, man, this isn't worth it. Like, one, like it's taking a toll on our bodies, and two, like we're gonna really hurt ourselves. And for a couple of laughs in our group text and $500. So we're like, fuck. So this.
Then we played up this whole thing where we made this like fake thing where we. I don't remember. We came up with something where we told the group that we weren't doing it anymore and like everything like that. So then people stopped believing us that we were going to be these athletes that we were.
It was a boy who cried wolf.
Yeah. So people were like, they're not going to do this marathon. So we start training for the marathon. I think we decided we were going to do it. You told me you were going to journal about it. Like, I'm going to journal about the process. Right. And I said, well, I'm going to talk about it on Instagram. I'll come up with some kind of hashtag or something. And we go back and forth, and then finally I sent you Juicy Jogger, and you're like, that's the one. So we start doing it, making stupid videos.
Well, yeah, I'd been off the social media grid for years. Like, I hadn't been on it, and it was like a struggle for me. I was like, man, I don't want to get back on social media, but it's a good idea, you know? Like, not only is it we're making funny stuff, and it was supposed to just be between you and I, right? And so I made a deal with my girlfriend at the time, like, I'll get back on Instagram, but I'm only going to do it for this stuff. And I didn't want to be on it anyway. I like being off the grid, and I don't like all the trash that's out there these days. So I was like, I'm just going to make it just geared towards running, right? And these videos for me and Mike or whatever. We didn't know what it was going to turn into. And so it also was funny to do those videos, but it also, we put it out there that we're doing something. So now, like, talk is cheap. So, but now that we're talking all this trash, like, we can't quit because all these people, we're making such a big deal about it. You know what I mean?
A lot of text messages going back and forth from each other. One day, someone posted and tagged us in it. We had different people posting and tagging us about these runs. And then this one day, someone that we really looked up to posted and tagged us, and Sonny texts me and goes, I guess we running this day. Yeah. I guess that's happening.
Yeah.
But then what happens is we're running. And remember, this was Sonny's idea back in March.
Oh, we're fast forwarding?
Mm-hmm. We're fast forwarding, right? Oh, the running, this March, he has this idea. April, we start doing it. Or no, May 4th is when we actually started. I remember the day because it was a terrible day. I think about it often. And then this fool who wrapped me into this thing breaks his damn ankle.
Yep.
Breaks.
I feel bad about it. Like it.
Breaks his ankle. So now we're 20 weeks in. He's about to jump back in pretty soon. And we're going to run this thing in the next couple of months if they still do it, right? If the marathon still happens.
Regardless, whether the marathon happens or not, like if it's put on by, I don't know who is it, BMW, whoever does the Dallas Marathon, who knows? Why do we know that?
Yeah.
Why would we know that?
No, buy a shirt.
Right. So, regardless if they have the race or not, I think we've established that we're still going to run the full marathon.
Yeah, we're going to run 26.2 miles somewhere around town.
Yeah.
I don't know. You want to come out and watch us do it.
If y'all got any good ideas, any safe locations for us out of traffic and stuff like that for us to run, and let us know because we're still kind of brainstorming.
Yeah, we will run it no matter what. So you said, the reason why you wanted to get back into doing something physical because in March, you were out of shape and you're like, man, growing up doing sports all this time, this is I hate this about me. What sports did you play growing up?
Growing up, I played your typical football, baseball, soccer, swimming.
Okay.
I did it all, man. Basketball, I did not do, however. I grew up playing baseball my whole life. I think I started playing football in 4th grade. I did swimming like in the summers. My parents could like give us a place to go when they went to work during the days. So I just did your typical stuff. And then I got to high school. I got into wrestling. And then after high school, I went into judo and jiu-jitsu. And now I'm healing this ankle.
Now you're
Just healing this.
just a
There's-
juicy
now
runner,
now I'm
you know
just
what I mean?
jogging, trying to get by.
What so the theme of my show is called Back in the Day. We're going to focus on different stories from our heydays. This season we're focusing on people's greatest athletic achievements. Tell me a story about either your favorite athletic achievement or your greatest athletic achievement.
I don't have too many plaques on the wall at home. I'll tell you that much. If anything, I've lived a pretty mediocre life, about as average as it gets when it comes to sports. I think, and you told me like to have this prepared, and I was just racking my brain. I think when I was a junior in high school, our wrestling team won regionals.
Okay.
And in wrestling in regionals also, like being a part of that was because there's only 4 regions, or there were. I don't know how many there are now because of the classes, they split them up, but that was pretty cool. That was real exciting. I don't think that our high school's done that since.
So winning regionals. Now,
Yeah.
how did you do in the regional tournament?
I think I went 2-2.
went
Yeah,
2?
I went 2-2,
got
man.
that win,
I
though,
got
baby.
that even average.
You know
that
you know?
average, yeah.
Batting 500 though,
Bat
right?
500, yeah.
So in the regionals, where was that at? Where?
It was in Dallas. It was a local. I don't remember where it was. Maybe it was Arlington Martin.
Okay,
I
was
don't.
that a high school?
Yeah, I was at a high school. I don't remember which
What's
one.
the what was the crowd like in that? Is that a lot of people at it, or
amped up? It was, yeah, man. It's one of the biggest events in sports in Texas.
You know what I mean?
It rivals football in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was pretty big. It was
a lot
hyped
of
up.
chicks there.
Yeah, a lot of
Just
chicks.
A lot of notoriety for you afterwards. or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. I gave out a lot of autographs, signatures. Recruits were there. It was a big deal, man. It was fun.
Ballpark. How many people were there?
Probably 46.
So, like,
Yeah. Half of them were our parents. Yeah.
You know, half of them were their parents. The other half was the coach's family.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And then the
Cool,
JV
man.
team.
Can I tell you, I have just to let y'all know, I've known Sonny for 20-ish years. So I have 2 stories about you that are my 2 favorite
All right.
athletic achievements of you of all time. Right? These are way better
You can't.
athletic achievements.
Aren't you okay? You can't give me the okay. You
Huh?
can't. You can't run this by me beforehand.
These are 2 way better athletic achievements than going 2-2 at regionals. While they were amazing, let me tell you my 2 favorite ones. Starts off, we're gonna go way back. We're gonna go back to the fall of 1999. Okay, we're in 8th grade.
I already know where this is going.
We're in 8th grade. We're in football practice. I'm injured. My ankle's messed up. I don't know why Sonny's not practicing.
I was either skipping practice or I wasn't, or I was sidelined for grades or something.
For something, right?
Yeah.
You were like Allen Iverson, practice? We're talking
Yeah.
about practice.
Just put me
You
in
ain't
the
showing
game.
up to practice. I'm only here for when the lights
Mhm.
are on, right? So I'm bored out of my mind. Sonny comes up to me and he's like, "What you doing over here, man?" It's
like the bad kid.
He's like, "Why you're not practicing today either?" Like, no, I'm injured. I messed up my ankle. Like, okay, why are you not dressed out? Why would I be? You know. So Sonny is like, let's go hang out. And I was like, can we do that? And he's like, I mean, you think they're paying attention to us? So we leave, we go around, we go to the locker room. I don't really know what happens in the locker room. We leave, then we find ourselves in the gymnasium,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the girls' volleyball team had just finished practicing.
Right.
And so we're talking to them, we're hanging out with them. One of the girls is talking about how she's some BA volleyball player.
Mhm.
Oh, I got the best serve on the team,
Nobody
blah, blah,
can
blah.
stop it.
No one can stop this
Right.
serve.
Mm-hmm.
So Sonny goes, I bet you we can stop your serve. And I was like, yeah, I bet you we can return your serve. And she goes, okay. What are we betting? And Sonny looks at her and goes, You give us 3 chances, and if we return this serve, you got to take my boy Mike behind those bleachers and give him a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
So first time, she serves that ball, bam, not even come close to us hitting that ball. The next time, she serves that ball, not even comes close to us hitting. The next time, the last chance, the ball comes over like a laser, and Sonny gets in perfect form that he had learned from 6th grade PE.
Right, and I dug the shit out that.
It
Yeah.
bumps that ball, and it just slowly goes over the net.
Like grazed the top of it.
Hit the net, barely went over.
Got my boy his first
So we
kiss.
got, not my first kiss, but one of the first.
Right.
So anyway, so that's number one. That's number one. But this story, this greatest athletic achievement, this one is in the record books because of the stakes. The stakes of this one were high, right? You know, you always think about, you know, when you talk about Jordan or you talk about different athletes and big things happen, you know, hitting a game winner in the 20th game of the season is a big deal. But when stakes happen, right, where it's the end of the year, it's championship, games on the line, and you sink that shot, like, that's a much bigger deal, right? The stakes make the athletic achievement. So there's this one weekend we were over at one of our friends' house and we were playing pool basketball. We're playing pool basketball, and our pool basketball games are intense. We tackle each other. We try to throw each other in the water.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping us when we play these games. And I'm not gonna lie, Sonny didn't have a very good game. He missed a wide open layup.
I
missed
did,
a wide
yeah.
open layup. So the game ends. We're talking around, and Sonny's at the far end of the pool, and he's like, "I bet you I could knock down shots from here.
Right, I can sink a shot.
I can sink a shot from the far end of the pool. No problem. You know, I'll hit that. No problem." I said, "Okay." And he said, "I'm so confident that I can knock it down." So us and our, was there 5 of us?
I think there was you and 3 other people.
Yeah, there's me and 3 other people. So we tell him that if you, why we came up with this, I don't know why. You get 5 chances. If you can't make this shot in 5 times, we're gonna drown you.
Yeah.
We're gonna drown you, but not like we weren't gonna kill the man, but we're gonna drown you just enough to where you had to fear a little bit.
Right. Yeah. And like Mike was saying earlier, like our basketball games that we had were violent. Like there was a level of violence in those games that was not okay. You know, like if a parent was home, they'd be like, "You guys stop doing that. Someone's gonna get hurt. We're gonna get sued. Something's gonna happen."
Our insurance doesn't cover this.
And we had a couple of friends, and this is what scared me the most about that bet, was that we had a couple of friends that would take things too far. You know what I mean? Like that didn't know how to play. And I knew I wasn't gonna my life wasn't gonna end, but I also knew that it was gonna be scary. Like that it was gonna be that they were gonna take it too far. And so it wasn't. I didn't. How did I agree to that?
I don't know. You're weird. You know, just to paint the picture to you for our group of friends and how Sonny and I fit into it. Our group of friends, the 3 of them all played college sports.
Right.
Like legit college sports too, not just like, oh, they were on the team. Like one was a starting quarterback, the other 2 went D1 in their sports.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like big time athletes. And then there's me and Sonny, who would only go to the pool if the other one was there.
Right.
So we wouldn't feel ashamed about our bodies.
Right.
So
that was before being thick was in. You know what I mean?
Like that was then. That's when you wanted 6 packs. The dad bod had not
Right,
came out
yeah.
yet. So we are playing with these dudes that are just, you know, in great shape because we're in college at this point. First shot, Sonny doesn't even hit the backboard. Nothing. Doesn't even come close.
Right.
Second shot, more the same. Third shot, more the same. Fourth shot, more the same. And as
to paint the picture a little bit better, like, you know, after the first shot, it wasn't close, and I was, oh man, I still got 4 shots. I'm a gambler. Like this is nothing. But as I was shooting, like every time I would miss, they would get closer. Like that circle would close in on me, and I was like, then I was starting to get like, okay, because in my head, if I don't make it, I was thinking like, okay, after that first shot, I'm gonna get out of the pool and I'm gonna run off, right? Well, as I'm starting to shoot those things, like Mike and the rest of those guys are just getting closer and closer and close to where I can't run now. Like if I don't make it, like I'm gonna pay the consequences. Anyways,
yeah, right before the 5th shot, we were probably a foot away from you, right? We had you,
Yeah.
we had you circled. There was nothing you weren't gonna get out. Fifth shot happens. Sonny takes his time, shoots that ball. Nothing but net. You would have thought that he won the Super Bowl. He was celebrating.
Man.
All of us were, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How does he hit it?
But you know what's fucked up about that is like I was so hyped, like the look of disappointment on my friends' faces that they weren't gonna get to potentially like have me go unconscious
Waterboard
underwater.
you.
Yeah, like the look of disappointment on y'all's faces let me know where I stood in the group. Like I was like, I need to choose some better friends. Yeah.
The best part about that though is like the best part about that story that whenever we tell that story we never talk about is like obviously it's a fun story. Well, not really fun. It's kind of, we probably all need to go to therapy. But the best part about it is like there's 5 of us that was this group of friends. We call ourselves the crew, and we'd all known each other at some point. Some of us knew each other since like kindergarten, first grade.
Right.
Some of us knew each other, started hanging out in middle school, whatever. But whatever, we've all known each other collectively like 20 something years at that point, right? And maybe not 20 years, but 15-ish years. So we were all real tight friends. But there was 5 of us, so we were playing basketball, so we needed a 6th. So we invited another guy who was like more of an acquaintance,
Right.
like a friend,
Yeah.
like a friend, but like doesn't really know us that well. Knows us, but
us in
doesn't know
school,
us.
like
Yeah,
in sports.
maybe hung out with us a couple times.
Yeah.
And so he's just off in the corner, like these dudes about to commit a crime, like
He was even commenting like, I don't even know what to say. Like this was too much.
I don't think this is a good idea, guys.
No.
All right, so that is my favorite story for you. Those are my favorite athletic achievements for you in your life. Great stories. Let me ask you a question. Now that you are semi back with the running thing, are you how soon do you think you'll be back? What's kind of the timetable?
I feel like you're gauging me now. Like, when are you coming back? Like, just hit me with ask me how you want to ask me, Mike.
When the hell you can come back? I gotta do this shit on my own anymore, right?
Dude, I feel so bad. Mike's always calling me and asking me, like, you never. That's the good thing about you, man. That's the good part about this is you've ran every day. You've done every run that we've had, right? And I've noticed that your days are kind of getting off track, but I don't make any comments because you're still getting the runs in, but you're not really following the schedule anymore.
Yeah, I don't follow the schedule anymore. I get the 4 in no matter what.
Yeah, you're getting those runs in.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to say anything because at least you're getting them in, right? But throughout this whole thing, you've never asked, like, I think maybe once or whatever, but you did it in a video that was kind of funny. You never really been, like, bitching at me about it. Like, when are you coming back, man? This is bullshit or whatever. And so I don't bring it up because I feel bad, but like I always think like every time we talk, he's gonna bitch me out. He's gonna ask me like, "When are you coming back? When are you coming back?" I would like to run this week sometime.
Breaking news right there.
That's breaking news, but I cannot tell you how fearful I am of that first run because my ankle being in that boot and everything for as long as it is, like it feels like it's made of like breadcrumbs. Like it is weak.
Well, and there's got to be some fear too, though, because like we still don't. For those of you guys that have no idea what Juicy Jogger Nation is and haven't been following along for the past 20 weeks, that's right, 20 weeks of me running these dang runs, and this body was not made to run. For those of you that haven't been following along, we don't even really know how Sonny broke his ankle.
No, that's how out of shape we are.
There was no him tripping over something.
Nope.
He didn't hit a rock.
Didn't twist
He didn't
it.
get in a car wreck or anything like that.
Nothing.
It just broke from running.
Yeah, that was my body's way of telling me that this is
not an idea.
This isn't for you.
No.
And I didn't take the sign and because I didn't, like, when have you ever broken a bone or anything from nothing, right? From no injury or anything like that. And so I just thought everything hurt when we run.
Everything hurt.
Right, everything hurts. And so, like, I had to explain this to my doctor when I went to them. I was like, I just thought it was part of the process because
my Achilles hurt.
Everything hurts.
My knees hurt. I mean, we were texting each other back and forth. This is no exaggeration that when we first started, I sent Sonny a text like, yo, bro, are your elbows sore?
It's like, my shoulders are sore. I don't know why, man. Like, everything hurt. Yeah, and everything felt like it was on the verge of breaking or rupturing. Like,
yeah.
And so I just thought it was part of the process. And then we went and we ran White Rock, that 9 miles or whatever, and up until that, I was like, man, my ankle has been kind of bothering me for the past few days, maybe the last week. And I was like, it's bruising real weird, like in random spots. And man, it's getting big. But I didn't twist it. I didn't do anything. So it's just, it's just how my body's reacting to this running.
And I finally I told you, I was like, you need to go to the doctor.
Yeah. So I ran those 9 miles, and then I think that Monday we had a 5-mile run.
Mm-hmm.
And then that Wednesday I did a 3-mile run. And after that, I was like, I gotta go to the doctor. Like something is definitely wrong. And so when I got to the doctor, like he was just like dumbfounded, like how big of an like what does it take for you to realize something's wrong with your body before you got to come get it checked out? And when I told him, I just thought it was part of everything. I didn't twist it, doctor. Like there was no significant moment where I was like, I messed my ankle up. But sure enough, they took those X-rays. There's a fracture right across my ankle.
My favorite part about I mean, obviously, I don't have a favorite part of you being injured.
Yeah,
the sadistic thing.
yeah,
My
that's
favorite
messed
part
up.
about your injury.
Yeah.
But I liked when you told me that the doctor was like, "How have you been walking with this?"
Yeah.
And you're like, I ran 8 miles.
Yeah.
Like, forget walking.
Just go out.
Yeah. Can't hear you anymore.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear
All
you
right,
now.
there we go. Yeah. So I ran almost 20 miles on this thing, on my ankle like this, and that had to have added additional injury to it.
So you're gonna attempt the next week. Have you thought about maybe just going on some walks a little bit? Like
I've been doing that. Yeah, I've been doing like PT at home, and then I've been on like slowly getting back on a bike, and then I'm walking on a treadmill on incline. And this body of mine, man, it is tricky because sometimes I feel like $1,000,000, and then sometimes I'll go get the mail and my ankle is killing me. So I don't know what's going on inside this body, but I'll tell you what, come December, what is it, 11th?
December 13th.
December 13th, I don't care if I'm crawling across that finish line. I don't care how stupid I may be if I'm in a boot again, knock on wood, I am doing the Dallas Marathon.
Bam.
26.2 miles.
I will tell you this, and what we may need to look into, and this isn't me joking, but it's going to sound really stupid. We may need to look up what the maximum amount of time is, because
No, I don't think we're gonna be the last ones.
not because I'm worried about you. I'm more worried about myself, because there are days where I run these long runs. I'm out of my house for like 4 hours.
Did your wife ever get worried? Cindy ever get worried? Like, where's he at?
The first time that I ran like a real long one, our first like longest one, she texted me and she's like, "Is everything okay?" And I was like, "Mile and a half left."
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good.
Everything's good. Mile and a
Yeah.
half. Besides my entire body being in
Right.
pain, everything is great. But let me ask you. This will be the last question for you. Besides the running part, right? Because we've gone over that a lot. What's the most athletic thing? Your best athletic moment was winning regionals, and then sinking that shot, and then returning that serve, right? What's the most athletic thing you've done in the last 12 months?
12 months?
Yeah. Besides the running thing, so cut all that out.
12 months.
Before that, think about it.
I was gonna say running, but I broke my ankle running. So 12 months. A lot. What was yours? What's yours?
Well, I mean, obviously the running thing. No one's flipped the script on me like this. The last 12 months. Oh, for a little while, your boy was killing it in driveway basketball.
I've seen those videos.
But I don't have a hoop.
But you don't have a hoop. Yeah, I was about to say you don't have a hoop. Are you just working on your handle skills?
Dribbling. Just doing this dribble skill.
Okay.
Shooting off the top of my house, all that stuff.
Let me think. Okay, so I'm full of useless talents, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is one of my. That's something that I have is something that's useless, right? Like I can clap one-handed.
Can you
want?
do that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
do
show
that.
you. So y'all can hear if you're not watching.
Dang,
Right.
Can you do them both at the same time?
One at a time. So I think also, have you ever seen where somebody can hold on to their foot and then jump through it?
Yeah.
You
seen
know,
that?
with the other one.
Uh-huh.
So I can do that too, but I hadn't done it in a while, and just to see if I still got it, I lied, Mike. I lied to you. Well, first off, I did it right. The backflip that I sent y'all the video of.
Oh yeah, walk me through
the one.
the backflip. Walk the listeners through the backflip.
Right, I'm not able to do a backflip. I'm a little heavy set, Thick, juicy, luscious, whatever you want to call it. If you see my Instagram, you'll know that we're Juicy Joggers for a reason. I went over to a coworker's house. When was it? Had we been running?
We were running.
I think it was like week 1 when we were running.
Yeah, probably May, June time frame.
Right. And they had a trampoline for their children, right? And it was one of those ones that had the netting closed into it. And so I was just looking at that trampoline the whole time I was there, right? Just looking, we were swimming, and I just kept looking at that trampoline. And eventually, as the day went on, I ended up just getting hammered, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, I want to go do a backflip on that trampoline. Everyone's like, hey, can you do a backflip? I said, no, I can't. But I believe in myself, right? And if anything is anything in this world, it's your belief in yourself, right? And I believed hard in myself at that moment that I can do anything. And right now, that anything is a backflip on that trampoline. So I went over there. Everyone's gathered around. His neighbors were watching across the street and next door. Like, they had a lot big plots of land, and they're all watching. And the first time, didn't land it, right? And they were like, hey, man, come on down.
What'd you land? You land on your belly or what?
No, I just it's probably where I broke my ankle.
I've told you that. For a couple
it's not. No, I just didn't. I landed, didn't come close. But at that point, everyone's like, all right, man, you try. Let's pack it. Let's pack it up.
For everybody. No worries.
Yeah, 1, you're out of shape. 2, you're hammered, and like that. We don't want the lawsuit. Like, why don't you come on down?
Were the families there too?
Who?
Like with the guys, like the coworker was family with like kids and everything?
Yeah. Everyone's out there.
And he's like, 3, I don't like my kids seeing people messing up this much.
Right. Everybody's out there. Just come on in, man. Just bring it in. I said, no, man, I got this. I can do it. I know I can, right? So I was bouncing up, and when it was like an eerie quiet came over that neighborhood over down in Midlothian, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you know anything about Midlothian, all you hear is just, it was quiet out there anyways, right? But it was an eerie silence came over everybody.
Never been there, but sounds beautiful.
Get one of those double bounces, Boom. Perfect backflip. Nailed it. Everything. That's my greatest, probably the last 36 months. That's my greatest athletic achievement that I've ever done recently.
How did you feel after that? Like, there was the accomplishment?
You saw the text message thread. I was on a different high.
I saw how amped you were, but did you walk around like big man on campus after that? Like, walk around that house, make everyone get you drinks,
Sure. Yeah, I went out there. I slammed another beer, threw the trash in his yard.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
You pick that up yourself, sir.
Yep.
Actually, you call me sir. This is my house now.
I remember when I was with my girlfriend, I got into the back of the car when she drove me home instead of the front seat. Like, she was my driver. Yeah, for the next week, I was walking around that house like I could flip off of anything.
Nice.
Just
jumping off of stuff. Well, Sonny, this has been a lot of fun, man. This has been a lot of fun.
It's been fun. This is a nice setup. It's interesting to see what I'm seeing right now. It's a beautiful set you guys got here.
Where can people find you at? Plug your Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram, Sonny G Light 321. That's Sonny with an O, G Light 321. And at He Might Pee. Follow Juicy Joggers, guys. We got some merch on there that we're selling, some T-shirts. And we're all about making people be active. That's what I think a big misconception of it is. You don't have to run. You don't have to get out there and do marathons with us. As long as you're being active and doing anything that gets you up and off the couch, that's what we're all about.
Just be average, right?
Be average. Just be average.
Just be mediocre. Just
get by.
Just show up.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
just get by.
Show up. Just finish.
We don't promote anything fancy.
You know what? Before we go, you were telling me something earlier, and I never got to get the full story about being average. You said you had a story.
Yeah. Okay, I forgot about why I'm so average in life.
Yeah.
So when I started with the company I'm with, I worked in Austin first, right? And there was a few Garcias that worked there, right? And I had this supervisor at the time. This guy was just a disgruntled asshole. Like, he was just talk real like this. He was just a dick. And he wasn't my immediate supervisor that I reported to, but he just always happened to be in the room whenever I was getting my performance evaluation, right? And so I had the one supervisor that did my performance evaluations, and he would always be like, "Hey, man, he's a real cool guy. Like, doing good, doing great. This is what you need to work on, whatever. But overall, man, I think you're doing whatever. I think you're doing a great job." And then this guy, the dick would be in the room by chance or whatever, because it was like a big office, and he would be like, "You want my opinion?" And I would be like, no. You know, the answer is no, I don't. And he's like, well, in my opinion, you're average. And I'd be like, oh, okay, thanks. But he was in there for like 2 years in a row, right? He would just be in there when I'd do it, and he'd always say the same thing. Well, to add it, and then I would come out and I'd tell everyone like what this guy said, and they would laugh. Well, to add insult to injury, we get to work every day, and there would be like a schedule, like a daily schedule. And since there's multiple Garcias there, my real name starts with the A, right? So it would say A Garcia. And everyone's like, what's the A stand for? And then I forgot who it was, and they said Average Garcia, right? So that's how. So that was my nickname. They just started calling me Average around there because of him. And then the A Garcia on there stood for average. So that's what they would call me, just Average Garcia. Yeah.
Nice. I love it. Well, you heard it here from my boy Sonny, aka Average Garcia.
That's right.
Guys, follow this man on Instagram, Sonny G Light 321. Follow him around as he tries to finish this marathon. Cheer him on. It's not easy. Trust me, I'm doing it myself. You can follow me on Instagram at Mike P, like he, because I want to make you go he.
Right.
You can follow me on Facebook at Michael Pasvar. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and rate and comment on the podcast. We will see you guys next time. You guys have a good night.
Back in the day.